Hey all, new day, new verse. We continue on into Isaiah. Today we're going to be picking up with chapter 47, verse 12. Father God, thank you for this time. Lord, just let me share the right part of my testimony for this. There's a lot there. You know. Either way. Amen. Verse 12. Now use your magical charms. Use the spells you have worked at all these years. Maybe they will do you some good. Maybe they can make someone afraid of you. I want to pause a minute here for a couple reasons, right? Because time and place, cultural things changes, yeah? Plus, technology kind of seems like magic, especially to those who've never seen it before. You know, you explain an X-ray to or show an X-ray to somebody who's never seen one before. Now they're kind of to the point where it's like, oh, yeah, it's just an X-ray. You can build one of those at home, and you can. Don't. It's not safe, but you can. And again, one of those should, not could, kind of questions. It's now innocuous because we've seen it everywhere. The very first X-ray, even look at the very first X-ray machine. It's like, what the crap is that thing? Compared to the little like, oh, it's just I hold up my phone and yeah, there you go, little pad trick. Because we're that close to the Star Trek scanners, we really are. I want to take a moment here because, as somebody who has studied magical charms, as somebody who has seen that side of thing, I got to tell you, most people who practice those things aren't really ashamed of it. They don't necessarily want to become scum. I don't know anyone who wants to be called scum. That said, this same ancient, like these kind of charms, then, not exactly the same kind of show for ancient world, but the idea has always been the same: a display of power. Today we don't call it magic and incantation. Now we call it military might, the U.S. defense budget. Because let's face it, we're making pretty much everything for the planet right now. Russia's making a few things, but I mean, we don't have universal health care in this country because we have the world's largest unhealth care system the world has ever known. We can melt this planet down to beaded glass 3 times over before any other country goes, they did what? We're kind of good at it as a nation. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I've got a lot of military in my family. I grew up very much the America. You know how the rest of that goes. We're not far enough into the YouTube video yet, I don't think, to finish it off myself. I grew up that way. And I gotta tell you, it's damn near using magic to make people afraid when we go, oh, well, we've got neutrino bombs, we've got the kid, we could, oh, I know, the Grandpa Buff, we could let that go and do whatever it wants. We got great, oh, I know, we'll use the infrared technology to use this. We can use sound technology for that, light technology, lasers. I mean, we basically developed crap just to make go boom. Because we kind of enjoy the sound of boom as a country, it seems. There's a reason we have fireworks all over. But the core of it is how we use it. And when we use it for fear, that's the problem. When we use it as a demonstration of might and prowess and this is why you will fear me, that's the problem. And eventually the big stick doesn't mean anything because somebody comes along with a bigger one. And that's the thing. When you got the biggest stick on the playground, what happens when God decides to hit you with a bigger one? A different kind of one. A kind of stick that you're not ready for. Not because he is a cruel God, simply because, okay, you've been pulling your sister's hair, smacking your other brother around, kicking your little brother around, and nope, you get in the smack. That's what a good father does. He deals with the kid causing all the problems to take care of the kids who are being treated poorly. And this isn't saying, oh, shame on America. This is saying shame on Babylon. America, we can do better. We were doing great for a little bit there until we forgot we were a melting pot. Where we weren't this American and that American, this American and that American, 1,000 different, we were Americans. We were a people who said, well, yeah, we got it all, so let's give it away. Oh, look, that other nation could use some infrastructure. Cool, let's send out what we can to help. Not giving them freedom for oil, but rather saying, hey, an earthquake hit, and a bunch of their schools fell down, and their hospitals are crumbling. We can fix that. And we still do that a lot. You would be amazed at the insane amount of aid just coming from the U.S. military. All of the branches that do insane, incredible amounts of things to help others around them, and who are portrayed as worse than evil by the news. And I'm recording this Memorial Day weekend. Memorial Day itself, Monday. This will be going up Saturday. I truly am grateful for those who are willing to die in our place. Because that's the story in here. Jesus dying in our place. Not for people who are worth it. Not for people who are worthy of it. For the least of these. For the still dead in their sin. For the problem child causing all the destruction. We can be redeemed if we'll let him. If we humble ourselves and pray, it's what he does. We want to see a nation that lifts up and doesn't tear down anymore. One that learns from its past and continues to grow even better. A few stumbling blocks along the way, a few bumps, a few bruises. And hell, don't we celebrate Edison for I learned 99 ways not to make the light bulb? Cool. We celebrate the quote, now why don't we celebrate the idea? Yeah, you stumbled. Yeah, you fell. Heck, I can't even imagine the amount of people who would you did what? Yeah. Oh, I had some skeletons in my closet. You want to talk about? I got no problem sharing with you. Time and place granted. I got no problem talking about those testimonies. I got no problem talking about the eons worth of chains and the insane entropy levels of agony that he freed me from. I look at these words and I promise you magic charms won't work. Military, my epic prowess, the ability to shake the stick or the carrot, it doesn't matter in the end. If the nation we are in continues to go the way of Babylon, it will be destroyed. Plain and simple. If it chooses different, if the people choose something else, if they choose better, the world will never be the same. This doesn't just go for the United States. I just happen to be pointing out the United States because I'm an American. This goes for Canada, where my beloved is from. This goes for the United States, Austria, England, Norway, Canada. Pick one. I could list them off, but I'd have to do the Wacko song because it's really the only way I remember them all. And that one even has the Germany Now and One Piece split, so... OG version, not the updated. It goes for every nation. It goes for every people, because every tribe, every tongue will confess he's Lord. Either by the radical realization when he shows up glorying in glory and glorious white stallion, pre-bloody robes, sword out of his mouth, understanding of game over, folks. Or whether it be in this moment when that still small voice pleads, hey, you want to be free? You're tired of the hoops? You're tired of the stupid? You're tired of all the things? Just pick up a Bible and read. Start at John 1. Come hang out with me. Matthew. If you're feeling really research heavy and want to go dig into the cross references. You love science? You're a fan of the human body? You like to look at it from a doctor's point of view? Well, Luke is for you. You want the hard questions? You want the rough, will I actually live like it? Read Mark. Because the original manuscript cuts right there at the ladies running. Asking the question, leaving it in the air. What will you do? You want to continue on through the journeys? The stories brought forth from a place of, hey, this was what was going on, to, oh man, that shipwreck sucked. And read Acts. It's Luke, book 2. The Doctor Who knew. Let him lead. Dig in. That's all anyone wants in a relationship, isn't it? To be wanted. You're wanted by the Lord and Master of all creation. He wants you to want him back. It's your choice if you'll do the same. We're made in love to give love. Made in joy to spread joy. And made in gladness. So should we not be glad? and let the world around us see that they too are more loved than they may ever or will ever know. Heck, we're still learning it every day. For his mercies are new each morning, and his grace means we're never the same. May his favor be upon you. Know that you're loved, and never give up hope.